name is Brian Vermeer. I am a developer advocate for Snyk. Snyk is a security company. We create tooling for developers to make security easy for them. And I'm primarily active in the Java ecosystem, but I talk to developers all over the place to get them into that mindset that security is a thing that we need to think about as a developer from the get-go, basically. The thing with development is, like, a developer is a creator, not a breaker. So we have to learn somewhere, like, what the things are, what the attack factors are within your process. So these are basically on different levels. Your own code and everything you inherit from binaries you get from frameworks, but also Docker dependencies, all sorts of things. So we need to take that into account, that it's not only our code, but we need to look into that. There's tooling, obviously, that can help, and obviously my company is providing these tools, but it's more about knowing that it's part of your stuff to do. As a developer, we think about scalability and maintainability, but security is not yet on that mindset, and we need to think about that as a first-class citizen and make sure that we do that when we ever create something within our code. So doing that starts with education. It also starts with culture, as in, if everybody's saying, no, we need to push that feature out, that sounds all cool, but if it works, doesn't mean it's secure. Same if it works, doesn't mean it's pretty. Or if it works, it doesn't mean it's scalable. In that same fashion, we need to work with that. And scalability is now a thing. We're on the cloud, and scalability is a thing we think of nowadays. Security needs to be there. So it's a path we need to take. Culture, process, and in the end, tooling can help you with that if the tooling is available to work with the process that you like to work with and not demanding a certain way. So yeah, I think these three things are essential. Well, I think the biggest threat is that you are unknown in what you inherit from other places. So yes, it's a high-port supply chain security, but a lot of people just inherit or download packages from the internet, either in a Docker container or as part of a framework, and parts of that can be vulnerable, and people don't know that how outdated their packages are if they are still developing or maintaining applications. So we need to be aware of that on the point that you're building stuff, it might be all okay and new, but you need to maintain that over time, and you need to reassess these decisions over time. And be aware of that information, that a package is outdated, there's a newer version available, there is a security issue disclosed, and there is a newer version pushed, so you should update. And how to prioritize that. I think that is the biggest threat, that people just focus on their own code and not so much what they inherit from other places. And that can be anything. If it's arbitrary code execution or remote code execution, that is the worst possible thing, because then people can execute code on your machine, which can lead into taking over your machine or letting your machine do things you don't want to be doing, and you get blamed for that. So I think the supply chain part is the most important threat currently. It's a really good question. There is no just one playbook to do that. Security champions, and I know it's a bit of a marketing term, but basically you have somebody in your team that is security aware or looks at the decisions made from a security point of view, that is well trained by the security company or by the security teams, is in constant contact, because you cannot make everyone in the team responsible for everything. So just like you have DevOps engineers, you should have a security aware engineer in your team that takes up that. How do you create it? It must be. You get the feedback easily and naturally in your flow that how you normally work, instead of satisfying a tool. I think that makes it a lot easier, because we have that with testing, we have that with code completion. If security can be in that line, it will be a lot easier to think about security in an easy and more natural way.